have you not debated yet that you really want a shot at? Is there anybody that comes to mind off the top of your head that you really just want to smack around?
Jack.
I've been injured.
Like here?
Well, yes, many times by my son, but no, I tripped and I slammed my foot into a brick that my wife has laying on our porch for reasons. Decorative. Okay, fine. Cut my toe open. Hurt real bad. And I kept it all in because it was in front of Ellie. She was very concerned, and I said, Papa has an owie. It hurts real bad. And she went, I said, it didn't happen to you. Like, why are you crying? We've talked about some of your injuries before. You had like mouth surgery or something?
Broke my jaw. Yeah, surgery, and they wired it shut. I was just telling Anna the other day a story about when I went on spring break my senior year. We were going on a cruise, but it left out of Miami, so we went to Miami for the night.
Yeah.
And we like got there, checked into the hotel, and the hotel was on the beach, and we like walked out to the boardwalk. And this is probably going to make a lot of people stop listening, but I was running barefoot.
Yes.
No, I wasn't even barefoot. I was in flip-flops, and then my flip-flop like slipped off my right foot, and the next step I like kicked a nail. Picking up, and it like scarred down the middle of my foot, ripped some skin up, ruined my spring break. Had to wear shoes the entire time. It was awful.
Couldn't go in the pool.
No.
And you were in high school, so you couldn't drink.
What?
Oh, senior year of college?
Yeah. Did you go on spring breaks in high school?
You and your family do things. I didn't know if this was like
I guess I didn't specify that.
Well, Maggie knew. She just called me a moron.
It's fair. Fair call out.
I was gonna ask you. I want to guess what you had for dinner.
So we're gonna talk about food again.
Chicken, right?
Yeah.
Guess what I had for dinner?
Chicken.
No.
Steak.
Steak burgers.
So I was right.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I love food. I love talking about food. What else?
Tell me the weirdest way you've ever made money.
I thought you were gonna say love. The show just got wild. The weirdest way I've ever made money. Ooh.
Trying to do some side hustles.
It's not weird. I mean, maybe just for my age, when I was in, so this would have been the summer before my freshman year of high school. My grandmother got me a job working at the company she worked at, just like scanning documents into computers and stuff.
Okay.
So I was pretty young to be doing that type of monotonous, like want to kill yourself type of job.
Did you like see a lot of confidential information?
Probably. I do remember that was when they announced Monsters University, though. I was sitting there on my break, and I went on Facebook, and I saw the announcement, and I got very excited. Didn't come out for like 3.5, 4 years, but
interesting.
Yeah, but the weirdest way. That's what I'm like hung up on is like I've just had that was my like first job, but after that, like I've always worked. Like I worked at a restaurant, and then I worked at the theater ever since. So
is Craigslist still a thing?
I think so. Yeah. Wet work.
Wet work?
It's from Horrible Bosses, where they are trying to get an assassin, so they list it as wet work.
Oh. Jeez.
I love that.
The summer before I went to grad school, I had a bunch of odd jobs off of Craigslist. So
That's fair.
I found a job painting houses on Craigslist. So that was my like day job. And so I got brought on a project that lasted like the whole summer. And then I looked up other odd jobs. Some of them included I was a mental subject for a study at UMass. So I did two that I can remember specifically. I sat down and they put like a thing on my head.
Like one of those caps with all the wires.
Yeah, one of the caps. And had wires all coming out of it. And I had like a thing around here that was measuring something. And I just like played a little video game.
Nice.
Like with shapes and stuff.
Go ahead.
Second one was a lot worse.
Oh, geez.
I had to get a CAT scan for 2 hours. So they put me in an MRI machine.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
And gave me something and pretty much made it so I couldn't move. So like my head couldn't move. And they gave me like a button type thing and I was looking at a mirror that was going out the back. So I was also playing some kind of like mental stimulant video game.
So you weren't allowed to just like sleep.
Correct. And I was in there for 2 hours and I almost threw up and now I'm claustrophobic.
Shocker.
I also delivered a mattress from Western Mass to Boston. No questions asked.
That's fair. Would you take part in an experiment like a human experiment of like what I don't know, like what's some weird ass shit that people could do? Like I don't know. Would
like a sleep study?
Well, sleep studies happen all the time, don't they? Like, I feel like.
Well, yeah, I thought you were trying to think of like a plausible thing.
Yeah, like something where like, I don't know, where 100 people have to take a drug, and
look it up now.
50 people don't get the placebo.
Oh, I don't know.
And you might get the drug that cures diseases, but it actually makes
researchers need volunteers for a broad range of clinical studies. Find a clinical study.
Okay, this could be
just see some of the random things they got. Blah blah blah. Research facility, clinical trial. Postdoc. Participating is a choice. Find a clinical study.
Yes, let's.
Find clinical trials, condition, treatment, or drug name. That's probably where I stop searching for shit.
Yeah, that's fair. Have you do you donate blood?
I have before.
What about plasma?
No, never donated plasma.
Sperm?
No, can't say I have.
Not a lot of little nicks running around in the world.
Sure hope not.
For an extra $100 that you needed to buy Mario Kart.
100? It's got to be more than 100.
I have no idea how much they pay to donate sperm. I can't
ads all the time, and I'm sure you will too. Now that you're talking about it,
I can't imagine it would be.
It's the ads that just like pop up when you're scrolling Facebook or whatever. Definitely say something like "make $1,500." Like,
no, $1,500.
All right, this is another thing that's gonna.
Well, you know what? I guess
search
that's
algorithm, but
1,500. Yeah, okay, I could see that.
You paid. Sperm donors are. Anna looked it up if you're wondering. Are typically $70 to $200 per donation.
See,
up to $1,500 per month.
But that means that you're donating multiple times a month.
Correct.
So you can go up to 1,500, but that means that you're only getting 70.
Well,
$70
70
a pop.
to 200. 70 to 200.
What? How do they qualify?
What?
How do they qualify how much? Like, I walk in, they're like, you're getting 70, but you walk in and they're like, he's getting 200.
That's a 200 right there.
That is top of the line.
I don't know.
That's funny.
Good question. Yeah, can't wait for what my search algorithm's gonna be now, but
Yeah.
that's great.
Well, that's fair. Would you-
But yeah, no, I would say those are the weirdest one was the mattress, because I was going to visit friends in Boston, and one of like the odd jobs on Craigslist was like, deliver this mattress to this place in Boston from
Don't
this
question
place
the
in
blood
Springfield.
stains.
And I was like, oh my god, I was like this, I was like, I have a minivan, I'm going to visit a friend anyway, like, sure. And I was expecting the worst, but I got there and it was like a mom and her son, like super, like nothing weird about it. And they were just like, oh, like we just moved my husband's in Boston to the place we just moved to. We just needed to get this there so that he could sleep tonight or something like that.
Yeah,
Dropped it off to the husband, totally normal dude. I was like, all right, this could have been a lot worse.
that could have been a lot worse.
There probably were drugs in the mattress. Yes. Compensation. Youth.
We're
What?
back to the sperm thing.
Oh, for eggs. To donate
Oh.
eggs. We can't do this part. 5,000 to 100,000 per cycle. So like what?
You could be making bank.
Crazy.
No, I don't want little Maggies out there that I don't parent. That's crazy, but it makes sense. They're
I have like
a limited quantity
in the fridge. We could just go bring them
there. Speaking of crazy shit, have you ever seen the whole Stanford prison thing? Like, you know what I'm talking about?
I generally know.
You know the general gist of it. Would you participate in something like that?
Well, wasn't
not necessarily like a prison thing, but like we're gonna put you through something to find out how it affects the brain type of.
It depends. Like, I would volunteer, but I would read whatever contract I'm signing. Because correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't the Stanford prison thing? I might be thinking of like a movie or something else. Didn't they like just kind of let them go and shit got bad and they like didn't intervene?
Correct.
Okay,
yeah, they beat them, and yeah, there was like a whole like shebang.
So like I'd probably need some kind of like protection under the law that shit like that wouldn't happen. But yeah,
I know a lawyer. What'd you say? I don't. Never mind. Lie.
I do. She's playing Virtual Survivor Season 2.
That's right.
Her name is Maggie.
Whoa. You're playing? You want to be in Season 3?
Said a yes.
She said maybe.
Can we get Bucky in Season 3?
Oh, he can make any type
Just
of...
like put a camera on him and make him sit there.
He'll definitely be in my omelet video whenever we do that.
Nice.
What? You're trying to do math. Do you need help? What's the question? You can tell me. You can tell me.
I got this. I'm good at math.
4 times 4? You don't know 4 times 4?
16.
Yeah, there's 16. But you should have seen her. She went channeling all that.
Hey, it's hard sometimes. But you know what, Tim? Speaking of math, I know someone who could help us with that.
I do too.
Welcome to round 4, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Welcome.
This is round 4.
Yes.
And we have a special guest today.
Yeah.
I would call him the main character of Act 1, the star of Act 1. Like,
that's a fair way to put it, I would say.
Wild shit. Sure, he's got a lot to say. I'm excited to talk to him. Let's go talk to Amaru Moses. Rue, welcome to round 4. It's taken a minute to make this happen.
Yes, it has.
I'm glad we were able to do it. How you doing?
I'm tired of shit. My God. I'm
What's
tired,
going on?
and it shouldn't be that way because I just got off of spring break. Spring break should have been a break.
Yeah, like a boost.
Yeah, and it was, except it's just I was busy every single day of the break. I had to drive like a 40-minute drive somewhere every day of the break. So
Driving can kill you. Like,
yeah,
what's
yeah.
supposed to be a
Also,
fun vacation just
yeah.
ruined.
Also, the weekend before that, Anthony Tisdall came to Charlotte and we did a Spartan race. Uh,
Jeez.
yeah, yeah, which was fun as hell.
Yeah, I bet.
I love those things. I've been wanting to do those things since one of my friends did a Tough Mudder like 15 years ago. Finally got to do one. We killed it. It was great. It was fun. But the
Is
the, the
Spartan race
older
like?
age, just getting there.
Oh, I feel it. Is Spartan race like through the mud and stuff too, or is that more of just like
This one was for sure.
So what was all the stages?
So we did a 3 mile one, and then just a whole bunch of obstacles you would think of: monkey bars, carrying big stones, big things of ice. Anthony's done like 17 of them.
I was going to say
shit.
I've seen him do out there his pictures.
I have an odd thing that I know everyone's Facebook photos because I have to look through them for thumbnails, and all of Anthony's are like Spartan races.
Yeah. So there's one I guess that all of them do. You carry a really big sandbag through like obstacles or through like a half a mile or something. And he's like, this is the muddiest version of this I've ever seen. Like climbing through, like I lost my shoe in the mud and had to dig it out. People lost their shoe and couldn't find it. They were like, take off your shoes, take off your shoes.
I got a story for you. What type of venue was it at? Was it at like a bike track?
A big farm. So like just like a farm with a whole lot of acreage of land. So Charlotte, North Carolina, is city and then just land and trees. So yeah.
So I have a couple shirts that I wear from time to time from something called Rugged Maniac, which is
right.
A lesser version of a Tough Mudder. It's like an easier version, like a lot of out of shape people, you'll see them like there walking, just having a good time, and everyone gets a beer at the end. So it's just like it's a more chill version of like that. Me and Paul from Virtual Survivor did like a bunch of those in a row, and the last one we did, he did barefoot. Him and my friend Joe did barefoot.
Oh.
They ran the whole thing barefoot, like
Wow.
psychopaths, and we had to like jump over fire and run through like. But one year this place it got like closed down. You'll not be surprised to know that it didn't happen this year. They actually went out of business. But I think it was some guy from Shark Tank who like owned it, like bought the stake in it, and then it just shut down. One year they had to cancel because they found like E. coli in the water that you jump into. And then Paul like ran barefoot, and I was like, "Did you know that this happened one year?" He's like, "Yeah, but it won't happen this year." I was like,
dude, E. coli means don't go. That's what that means.
Correct. Yes, it does. But we did it at like that one was always at like a dirt bike track. So part of the obstacles was like you had to run over the hills that they use as like jumps and stuff like that. But that was fun. But
I like how you said it's a less chill version. We were jumping over fire and like
when I say jumping over fire, it's like one row of like log like this wide that's on fire, and you just jump and get a cool picture, and then you go like drink.
Yeah, Tough Mudder actually has you run through electrical wires and shock the shit out of you.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh,
that what you're training for? No? Okay, good.
I will do that one day, but that's sick.
No, the Spartan race, Anthony got shocked, but he didn't think the wire was live, but it was like trying to go under it. Like Tough Mudder is different. They're like, no, you're getting shocked, run through these. That one is like, be careful, it's a live wire, go under it. And he's just so damn tall, like even bending down. I basically did like this and was fine, and he had to like
when we'd get to the barbed wire, I would literally just like lay horizontal and roll, and everyone would be looking at me. I'd be like, I don't feel like army crawling through.
That's funny. Rue, what do you do? So like, you're a teacher.
Yes.
You're obviously very busy during the school year. What do you do during the summer? Do you have another job you work during the summer at the school, or do you do something separate? Or do you just spend time with family? Like, what do you?
Yeah, I'm a part-time coach for the Hornets, for Charlotte Hornets.
Cool.
I work with their youth program. So they have week-long summer camps, 4 days, Monday through Thursday, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. every week over the summer. So I've been working with them for about 5 years now. So I basically take 1 week off and then work a camp. So every other week I'm working, every other week I'm off.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
this is just because I know nothing about sports. Is that like their minor
Basketball team.
like basketball team?
No, the actual basketball team.
Oh, that's their like NBA. Like that's an NBA team.
Yeah, the Hornets are their NBA team.
Shit.
Yes.
This
Yeah,
I literally Celtics. That's about it.
Boo! No.
Just by association, I grew up.
Yes,
in
I
the
understand.
state.
That's me in baseball. Like,
yeah, I remember you said something.
I'm a Yankee fan.
About New York, like, oh, I hate New York, but I don't really care.
Yeah, I'm a Yankee fan, but I don't like baseball that much. So like, I default root for the Yankees, and they're technically the first team that I remember winning like a full championship. And I was like, yay, sure.
Whoa, go team! Yeah, no, I think, but that's cool. Good shit.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were talking right before you got on that you obviously know a thing or two about math, which my wife does not.
4 times 4.
16. You did say 4 times 4, right?
There you
Okay,
go.
now tell us the legal code of a law that happened one time. I don't know.
Yeah.
No idea.
Maggie, you know things too.
No, but we were talking about Maggie was having a struggle, and so then we were like math, and then I was like, I wonder what Rue does with his summers. Like, I have no idea. Like, I've never asked him about that before, so that's cool. I knew you were a sports guy, but that's like, what do you do during those camps? Like,
it's just basketball for 9 hours straight. So like, I've been teaching for 15 years. I've been coaching for 16. So like, I did not want to become a teacher. That was like farthest from my mind. I don't like that. Like a pet peeve of mine is bad children. I cannot stand bad children. But apparently I'm very patient, and being able to teach allowed me to coach. So, and then I just fell into special education, which is the part I actually really like. But like, it's start with a warm up, then a whole group drill, and then a shooting competition, and then stations, and then a whole nother competition, then lunch, a bunch of 5-on-5 basketball games. Like, we split them up into groups, we create teams. We do like games to kind of, I forgot what they call them, but basically see if the teams are even. And after that, like, as a coach, I would trade players, and then we play like a season of games throughout the week. Then there's a championship at the end of the week. It's pretty cool. It's a really cool camp.
cool.
Yeah.
As far as
players from the Hornets there that
some of them, so they have like when the COVID years hit, it dropped off a little bit, but every year they have like a week or two that are player camps. So like last year, I had a picture with Seth Curry, which is Steph's brother, who's on the Hornets. Their rookie came out last year. Brandon Miller, one of the first years.
Curry's brother is also a basketball player, and he plays on the Hornets.
Yes, he does. Because his dad his dad used to play for the Hornets as well, Del Curry. And he is a guy who's like, I don't know what position he has with the Hornets, but he also has one. So like, not only do I do the summer camps, but throughout the year, they're like, hey, we have this camp going on here. Or we have this like Goldman Sachs is doing a day with Muggsy Bogues, and we need coaches. So like, they'll call me and say, do you want to do that? So we'll have that. So I've met Del Curry. I've had the Hornets arena to myself to just shoot around waiting for camps to start.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
But Muggsy Bogues' son is basically the boss. So like I answer to him and talk to him. It's really cool. Yeah.
Nice. I mean, no disrespect to Seth Curry. I'm sure he's a nice gentleman, but that's got to be rough. Your name being Seth. Yeah. Like, I literally thought you said Steph Curry, and
Seth Curry.
I know. Oh, I bet he's a nice guy, but everywhere he goes, he's probably like, "Hey, I'm Seth Curry." Steph? No. His brother.
Rue, as far as teaching goes, so you mentioned your special education. Do you have a set like student that you work with like one-on-one, or is it like a group of kids, or like
not one-on-one? Usually I work with I started in California and then in North Carolina, so the verbiage is different, but basically I work with students with learning disabilities, not really physical handicaps or too much, or severe handicaps, but ADHD, processing disorders, things like that.
High functioning?
They are gen ed kids. You would never know.
Sick.
So like if growing up you were ever in a class in middle school or high school and you had 2 teachers in the class for some reason, you had special education kids in your classroom. So
Yeah.
that's what I do. It depends, but I have a set of kids. I have a caseload of kids, anywhere from like 20 to 30 the year, that like based on what their services are, whether or not I need to like co-teach with them or pull them out in smaller groups, like I have to just service those minutes. And for me, I'm in math class all day, co-teaching this year, and then I have like a small group intervention class in the morning for 30 minutes. But it's different. It's different every single year.
Is that all at the? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What age roughly? Is it like middle school?
Middle school for me, because I started in middle school. I really loved the school I was at. I wanted to go to high school, never could get it. I came over to Charlotte, was thinking about high school, and then I realized I look like them. And both for the men and the women, it's just different problems that I don't want.
High school, high schoolers can exist over there for 4 years. I'll talk to you when you're an adult.
When I moved here, I basically got furloughed out of my job, like last one in, first one out. So I got placed at 2 elementary schools. I never want to do that again. They are too young. I'm too sarcastic. I need to make fun of kids. I need to be able to be a hard ass on them. And I can't do that with elementary kids. So
are you at one school or do you jump to different? Yeah, my sister is a teacher for the visually impaired. And so she has like a set group of kids but in like multiple school districts in the area. So she'll jump around to she's mainly in like grade schools and middle schools. Like I don't think she has any high school students. But she'll jump around to like multiple school districts, and have like set kids, but could have them like multiple years over year instead of like one grade specifically or anything. So I was curious. That's why
it's really cool. Special education is really cool. Because it is it's a spectrum of things. Like most time you see special education, you think kids with severe handicaps and underdeveloped, cerebral palsy, all those kind of things. No, it's a gamut of things. And the reason I really like it is I'm basically a human resources manager. Like I went to school for business. And when I figured out as a special education teacher, look, I'm negotiating things in this IEP. So this contract on how to work with this kid, I am calling parents and counselors and teachers, and I'm managing these children. And it's like, yes, I teach math. And I've taught English, I've taught math, I've taught science. But really what I'm doing is getting them to be a better student. Like, I tell them like, yeah, you can learn all this all day. My goal for you is because unfortunately, whatever's going on with you, you don't do well in tests, and you probably never will. But can you pass? Can you do well? Do you know how to attack problems? Do you know how to attack life? That's what I'm trying to teach you to do through
That's
math.
cool, man.
That is cool.
Because some people just aren't good at taking tests, and then they graduate. They graduate, or they don't graduate, but they go on and like, as long as they've learned how to work hard and solve problems, they can go like be a super successful welder or a super successful whatever and make like 200
a ton of money and be extremely intelligent, whatever they're doing. Like,
100%.
So it's really, really cool. So like when I started halfway through like teaching, one of my admins was like, don't you dare get a master's in education. That just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't do anything for you. And I went to UC Berkeley, and in UC Berkeley, you have to get into the undergrad business school, and it's hard as hell. And I didn't get into the undergrad business school. So I basically made up my own major. I love entertainment. So I have a degree in American Studies with a concentration in entertainment business. I took sports marketing. I took marketing. I took business. I took movie classes. I took music classes. But I got my MBA because I never got into a business school, and I got my MBA in human resources and organizational behavior. And I was like, that's what a special education teacher does.
Yeah.
So
good shit, man. That's cool.
You mentioned you love entertainment. Where did that start for you? Like, did you always just like growing up, like always just love TV movies
from birth?
Yeah,
from birth. I don't know the first movie I saw in theaters. My earliest memory, I guess, has to be Lion King, because I forgot how long ago Lion King was. I always think it's like 96, 97. Isn't it like 92, 93 or some shit?
94.
I was 5. But I also saw The Quick and the Dead in theaters. I'm pretty sure I saw Pulp Fiction in theaters. I saw everything in theaters. My dad, my dad pretty early on realized that me and my brother were really mature and was like, look, you can watch whatever the hell you want. Just don't act an ass or I'm going to kick your ass. And we were smart enough to be like, get our ass kicked, watch and listen to whatever we want. We're going to be good kids to be able to do what we want. So it's from birth. And like, the one thing I always say is like, that's just my family. Like I got my movie loving, entertainment loving stuff from my dad. So like my little nephews, my nephew's first movie was at 6 months old. Why Do Fools Fall in Love? So that's just our family. That's just my family.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Dope. Root, before you came on, we called you the main character of Act 1 for TBNT.
God, yeah.
I know it's fun. It's so funny, man, because we mentioned we were going to have you on the show. We were like, you did a lot. We got to talk to you about it. And you were like, great. I got to relive all my losses.
That's fine.
You like outplayed 99% of the field in all three of our shows, essentially, because Virtual Survivor happened at the same time.
Yeah.
Or happened like right before. So literally you come in fourth on Virtual Survivor. I think you were like came in third as the fan favorite, and you were the heavy favorite to win until you got voted out. Then Virtual Survivor ends and we start with the last word, which you go on and win. Then the very next week we do Last One Standing, to which you literally came in second and set like a sudden death record with at the end. And then you go on and challenge for the singles belt circumstances, but regardless, you wound up in the title match.
Knocked out 2 people to do it, so
knocked out 2 people at once to do it. So regardless of the circumstances of how you got there, and then would have had a good shot at the team's belt had things gone a different way. And then went on to challenge for Fanzone. So like everything we have to give to people, you took it all.
I was there, which I'm very happy about.
Overall, do you look at all that and go, "Wow, I accomplished a lot," or just something like I didn't win the title matches that I was in though?
No, I never so I'm gonna bring Ant up again because he's the first one. He's very self-deprecating. He's like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. My self-deprecation is more just to make myself laugh in terms of, oh man, I lost all those things, but I also recognize like I did a hell of a lot of shit to get there. So a lot of this, I don't get down on myself like that. The only time I really got down on myself was that damn teams match, because circumstances aside, I fucked up to lose that match a couple different times. That was the one time I was very mad at myself.
You and Jacoby strike me as someone who would be more mad in a team setting because the both of you feel like you're letting the other one down.
Yeah.
As opposed to in a single setting, you're like, I fucked up and it's my fault, so whatever.
Yeah. But no, I highly recognize that I've done really, really well. I'm very happy. Honestly, it's probably me being mad that there was no damn awards for fucking Multiplex when I was shooing for Player of the Year. So I was like, nah, let me just keep this shit going. But no. Like it's just something I always think. Things are just there. So like, I want the title. I didn't get it, but like I did a lot of shit to get there. The funny thing is, like that has been my trivia life, hilariously. Before Schmodown, during Schmodown, and after Schmodown, I'm the dude that gets right there, but I don't win it. And like I did that against David and TMG. I never got to play you because I messed that up to get to you, and then I screwed it up against, or I missed the question I should have got against Kalinowski in that damn title match to tie the game.
Was that the manure one?
That was the one I missed straight up. I knew it at one point in life, but at that point I didn't. It was I think more about the one before. I literally did Transformers right before it, and it was a Transformers questions that I just didn't pull and decided, let me not repeat. Let me just move on. I should have repeated it. I would have tied the game.
I had sort of fallen off.
You can tell I think about it a lot.
Yeah.
I had sort of fallen off the Schmodown at that point, but I watched yours and Jacoby's matches when they came out, and I just the 3 things that stick out were the manure thing, the Transformers thing, and the Superman thing.
Yeah,
which I'm sure is talked about ad nauseum, but
all the time.
We're glad you and Jacoby decided to come back. after all is said and done. Because even if you never win, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think if you like said right now I'm done, like I'm calling it quits, I would think you're eventual Hall of Fame material. I would
hope
think
so.
you'd be satisfied with everything you've done thus far. Correct?
Yeah, I'm very, especially because the title I have is with Jacoby. Like when we are not putting on the facetious thing. We love playing together. Like me and Jacoby are we are like the perfect match, the perfect to just personality wise, knowledge wise, the way we approach the game. Like we have so much damn fun playing together. And the fact that I was able to win a title with him just makes me very happy.
Tell me how that dynamic transferred to Survivor, where Jacoby was very clearly like, let's get Rue the fuck out of here.
It was fun. The thing is, it's fun. I barely interacted with him because he was
Yeah.
never on my team. So like the whole time I just the whole episode where I said I'm telling the truth and trying to win challenges, that was my mindset the whole time. Like I never was like I off days, I would think this is probably what I need to do, and here's what I need to do to make sure this happens. But for the most part, I came in as like, I need to win challenges, and I'm gonna tell people the truth and let shit play out. Like that also was not a lie. I'm not trying to scheme.
And I gotta tell you, I love that because, and I just said it in season. So spoiler, we just wrapped season 2 yesterday. So like season 2 is shot. And in the finals, I said something along the lines of, I don't love watching Survivor in its current iteration. It's in season like 47, 48, because everyone they cast is such a hardcore Survivor fan. So like everyone just goes in scheming and thinking like what they're going to do and stuff like that. So to have like you and Paul on a season with Jacoby and Cody, who like they're big Survivor fans, and you're like, fuck this, I'm just going to be honest. And you were like easily the biggest threat. Like if you made it to the, actually, I think it would have been tough between you and Jacoby. If you and Jacoby were the final two, I don't know how that would have gone. I contend that I think if Jacoby had made it to the final, so Robert, Jacoby, and Paul, I think Jacoby beats both of them. If it's you, Robert, and Jacoby, and you win immunity, who would you have taken in that point?
Oh, I would have brought Robert with me. Like it was me and Robert, like from the beginning. Cody brought me. I realized Cody brought me and him from the beginning, and I was like, all right, I'll ride with y'all. But after a while, me and Robert were like, Cody's gonna do something. So
which is hysterical because I don't think he was.
Probably not.
I think just everyone thought that he was, and they were like, all right, we got it. But I think he would have just straight up gone all the way. Yes,
and I think that played into the dynamic because I also think at one point said with Jacoby there, it's us three. It's me, Robert, and Jacoby. Because especially because I didn't know what Jacoby was doing on the other side. So at that point, my mindset was already, y'all know I'm riding with Jacoby. You know what I'm riding with Robert. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So
damn. That's cool, man. Well, listen, I hope you play in a future season.
I would love to. It'd be fun.
Awesome. But yeah, no, like I said, Act 1 was the Rue show. Up until the title matches where Tyler defended singles and teams and Kirk defended his. So, and you literally are going up against some of like the greatest to play their respective games of all time right now. So, it's good shit, man. Without people like you, our shows would be a lot more boring, I think.
That's accurate.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Rue, I wanted to ask you, so we talked a lot in fandom and in debate. In debate, you usually come in, you're like, this is where I like really like to play, where I shine, you know. Who have you not debated yet that you really want a shot at? Is there anybody that comes to mind off the top of your head that you really just want to smack around?
Jack. I mean, it's Jack. Because he's gotten better. I think I can beat him pretty handily, but he has also gotten a lot better. And I thought I was playing him to start the year because the one guy it was going to be Robert. Me and Robert talk about debate all the time. So when you said I was playing him, I was like, oh wait, I thought, okay, but it's him. And I would also say on the other end of the spectrum, Brian. Brian would also be really interesting.
Have you not played Brian? Yeah, I guess
have
not.
not debated Brian. Yeah,
because Brian like just came back and then
Yeah,
went for the
yeah.
title and was there. Yeah.
Oh, that would be good because you guys have differing styles. Like,
yeah.
that would be really interesting. I think Brian is one of those guys where like we've talked about it on the show before, and just like I think everybody knows just from watching him debate. He's one of those guys. He's one of the only guys that can like take an argument and so like succinctly deconstruct it while also reading off of a piece of paper that he has written on his like over to the side. Like he somehow can like write out his entire argument and then take what his opponent says and like dismantle it at the same time. I always found that like when I would write down notes and do stuff, like I would struggle to listen to what my opponent was saying, which is why like I was always like so laser focused on like what was actually going on in the conversation. I think you've like, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've done that before too, where you've like maybe prepared like an open.
I used to, just because I cram as much shit as possible as I can in that 1 minute just to get shit out, and I used to just write it all out and go. And like I've gone away from that. I might have notes every once in a while, but I have just talking points, and then I just go through the talking.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like you're so good at just like listening to what your opponent says and just being able to come up with arguments on the spot to dismantle what they're saying, which is not an easy thing to do. And I think that though, like Brian's way of doing it and your way of doing it would make it a very fun match. That would be interesting. I've never thought of that before, but Brian is what, Nick?
Book it.
Well, book it.
Yeah,
Trying to.
Rue, you seem like a side quest kind of guy. Is that accurate?
I don't know what that. I know side quest is like a TV show. That's all I know.
I don't think I'm referencing anything specifically. I just know like you've done some cool shit in your time. Like you just did a Spartan race.
Right.
I know you've been on some TV show with Brandon Rapp. I can't remember what TV show it was.
Hollywood Game Night.
Hollywood Game Night. Side quest in the sense of like, I don't think you're trying to be a professional like game show person or like be a professional like racer. So you like try to do these interesting things.
Yeah.
Like skydiving, that's a side quest. Like that.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's what I mean by side quests. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I like, again, and it has to do with entertainment. I just, anything entertainment wise, I just absolutely love. So yeah, I was on Hollywood Game Night in 2016. Like I had applied for it once, didn't get anything, applied for it second time, and it just went through the process. But yeah, I'm weirdly, not weirdly, I'm pretty extroverted. Though I like being home all the time. This is kind of perfect. But yeah, anytime I can do something, skydiving is something I want to do. My wife looks at me like I'm absolutely fucking crazy. I'm like, that is one thing that I haven't done. I'd love to do. Yeah, I love doing things on the side. I'm not like, I've never been the dude to go like do the regular nightclub drinking. Like, I don't really drink only because I don't like how it tastes. So like, if you give me something I like, Dr. Pepper and coconut rum, that is my drink. I will drink the shit out of it. It is great.
Dr. Pepper and actually like Malibu,
yes, I like Cruzon better, but it used to be Malibu. If you like Dr. Pepper and you're cool with coconut, it's delicious. Delicious. It sounds weird, but it's great.
No, Tim's gonna experiment then.
Yeah, but no, I'm more of the escape room guy. Yeah.
I've done one escape. No, I've done two escape rooms. So we did one on a work trip. I was probably drunk. I don't really remember that all that much. But then I did one with Maggie and we did one with you and Robert and your parents, right? And in Wisconsin Dells. And
I want to go there.
It was horrifying. I'm so afraid that I am gonna ruin it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you guys are smart, confident people. You enter the escape room and you're like, I'm figuring this out. I entered the escape room and I was like, I'm gonna like get the clue wrong.
Are you with strangers or were you with like people you knew?
No, it was just us. It was just the 5 of us.
So who cares? I would get that if like you're with a stranger.
Some,
and
it
you're
depends
walking,
on who it is.
Really matters.
Some people care. Some people
I
like,
get-
yo, what are you doing? Like,
I get it. I would get like not wanting to look dumb in front of like people you don't know. And,
You
like,
are the
even
weakest
locked in a
link.
room.
Goodbye. That is what my mother-in-law said to me. Yeah, she kicked me out of
Wow.
the No, I'm just kidding. But-
Rue, what's your ultimate like side quest that you haven't done yet? That's where I was going. Like, is there a show you're like actively trying to get on, or a thing you actively?
That's a good question.
Jacoby did it. It's Jeopardy.
Oh yeah,
It's Jeopardy. Yeah, my
actual Jeopardy or pop culture version?
Either.
Okay.
When I saw Pop Culture Jeopardy, I was like, there we go. So growing up, my mom, we would watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. So when I was like 6, 7, my brother was like 8, 12 or whatever. We would watch Jeopardy every day, and every single answer we get right, we get a quarter. So like Jeopardy was life.
Oh, that's sick.
Jeopardy and Wheel of Jeopardy was the thing. So that's the one show that like I am like. So when Jacoby got on, I was very, very happy. A little like motherfucker, but it's a little bit. But I was like, hell yeah. But that's the show. That has been the show for a long, long time.
Have you applied?
Yes, I've done I did the pop culture one, and there were a couple answers that I was just like, how the fuck did I not remember that? I've tried the quiz a bunch. The quiz is hard.
I bet.
Yeah, 50 questions.
That's like part
15
of the process. Like they give you a quiz.
The very first thing, and you can actually take it at any time now. There used to be like times when you would do it. But at any point, I guess you could just say, hey, take the anytime quiz, see how you do. And it's 50 questions, I think 15 seconds for each question, and then they just move on.
I would say it's an appropriate amount of time for a trivia question.
Yeah. So it's pretty, because it ranges from everything, and it's pretty difficult. But that's been the one show that I'm like, I really would love to be on Jeopardy.
Game shows are fun, man.
That's
like,
also, it's good because that's not a thing that like you're limited by age. Honestly, like the older you
Yeah.
get, the more likely you probably are to be better at it. So that's cool. It's not like I want to be the ultimate fighting champion. Like that's like you got a time limit on that one.
Yeah. There's a window.
Isn't that what Jon Favreau did in Friends? Like he wanted to become
that's
the
where I was
ultimate
going.
fighting champion.
Yeah. Am I the ultimate fighting champion yet? No.
That's funny.
That's cool, Rue. I know we're on a time crunch, so Tim, do you have any last?
Oh, I mean, I could keep going. I thought of another question about entertainment, but we were talking about Friends. What's your go-to sitcom? Do you have a sitcom or a TV show?
So How I Met Your Mother is always the one that comes up right away. I'm sorry for any Friends fans, but every time I hear Friends, I'm like, y'all mean Living Single? The show that ripped off of Living Single, took all Living Single was basically 2 years before that, all black cast, exact same damn concept. They took that shit, made it Friends, and of course blew up. So that's just my thing. You mean the show that ripped off Living Single? Sure. But How I Met Your Mother is always the one that comes up.
Isn't How I Met Your Mother the show that ripped off Living Single?
Probably, yes.
Probably.
But I also found it much, much funnier anyway.
I actually love How I Met Your Mother.
I love How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Pro or anti final season?
It takes a lot for me to be anti a season, so I'm fine with it. I understand why, but I enjoyed it.
I did too.
Yeah.
Same.
So it is a little fucked up that it was How I'm Trying to Bang Your Aunt, really. But it's really the title.
A little bit.
Yeah, just to get your permission. My brother got me into Buffy really
Never watched
late. He's like, you get past that really crappy first season, and then you're on. So Buffy and Angel, I really, really loved. Fresh Prince, of course. It's weird. Yeah, TV, like I'm not as versed in, so like I like trying to pull stuff out, but like those are the ones that usually come out more so. I'll be honest, outside of my dad who started it, my brother is my biggest entertainment influence person. He's the reason I do a lot of stuff. Like he's also like the my biggest supporter ever. I'm very privileged. I've always been very privileged. He has paid for my AMC A-list for like 7 years to help me with being a movie critic.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's sick.
So
yeah.
like
older
all
brother,
my
I'm guessing?
Older brother. Yeah, I'm the youngest of the bunch. So, oh, there that goes. It takes it for some reason my camera decides to just not work. The last 5 times.
That picture is
I love the picture. Love the picture though.
That was perfect timing if I just tell myself. Roos, that's just about it.
Go back to here. There we go.
Rue, listen, man, it's been great having you on, getting to know you a little more. You said a lot of shit I didn't know about you. It's really cool. So
appreciate it.
You being here. Tim?
Yeah, no, I'd love to come on again at any point, man. I'll be honest. My family makes fun of me because they say that my motto is all about me. I like talking about myself. I just honestly do. And just talking to people in general. So like anytime y'all want me on, and it hopefully doesn't take 3 weeks to get that going. Like this time, I'd love to come back on and chop it up with you fellas.
Yeah, absolutely. Rue, no, it was great talking to you. Thanks for like Nick said earlier, but I'll reiterate, being a big part of the show and fandom and Fanzone. Like it's because of players like it's what's the PBS line? Because of
viewers like you,
but it's because of guys like you that make this entertaining for us as hosts and writers and stuff. And like Nick said, it was nice getting to know you just a little bit better.
I just want to say I appreciate the both of y'all because like I know it's a lot of work. I will be doing this as long as you all are doing this. So like if this goes for years and years and years, but I will be here. I don't care how many titles I've won, lost, whatever. This is fun as shit to me. And I genuinely appreciate you two continuing this on and doing this for us because it's a lot of work to give guys like me and girls like us and all of us just shit to do and fun things to do. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. Man, I find the older I get, the more I value just having shit to do. So I feel you, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tim, throw it back to
Yeah, I think let's throw it back to Tim and Nick. Thank you to Amaru for coming and chatting. A lot of good stuff. Didn't know about him. Though when we were wrapping up, Bucky is pretty upset. My computer is plugged in and he can't step over the cord. So I might have to wrap it up.
So the whole night is ruined, is what you're saying. Did he do it?
He unplugged the cord, but he all right. That's gonna do it for us on today's episode of Round 4. We'll see you in 2 weeks with can we say who?
No.
Fuck you.
Not guaranteed yet. So surprise.
Woo! We'll be back 2 weeks. Can't wait to see you. But in the meantime, check out all the things, the fandom, the fan zone. And past episodes of Round 4 if you're interested in any conversations like the one you just saw. We'll see you next time.